today's video, I swapped out this old plastic charge pipe on my 2017 BMW 330 with the B48 engine for this new upgraded aluminum Kies Motorsports charge pipe. So if you guys want to see how to install it, the benefits of it, and what it's like, stay tuned for the video. What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be installing a charge pipe on my 2017 BMW 330. This car has the B46/B48 motor. Basically, it's the B48, except it was tweaked a little bit for emissions and stuff like that in the US. That's why it's called the B46, but pretty much the same thing. So let's just start off with some reasons why you would actually change the charge pipe on your BMW. So if you guys are new to the world of BMWs, you guys probably heard online, these cars are known for blowing their charge pipes. And the reason for that is BMW makes them in plastic. So now these cars aren't as bad with their charge pipes. I will say my 435 with the N55 is horrible about charge pipes. People blow those things even on stock boost all the time. These B48s are a little better about that. You're not as likely to burst the charge pipe on stock boost, but I personally plan on going stage 1. So this is going to be like my first step before doing that, because of course I want to take the proper precautions and basically make sure the car is safe before pushing more power out of it. So whether you guys plan on tuning your cars like I do, or you're just planning on driving a stock like this, I think an upgraded charge pipe is a great idea. Like I said, they are known to blow even on stock boost, so if you want to just be extra safe, it's definitely worth upgrading. And if you want to be like me, you want to tune your car and get some more power, it's also a great option. But with that said, let me show you guys the new charge pipe. All right, so here is the new charge pipe. By the way, huge shout out to Kies Motorsports for sending this out to me. If you guys do want this same charge pipe, I will leave a link down in the description below. If you guys aren't familiar with Kies, they offer a whole bunch of products for a whole bunch of BMWs. They make great quality products. They sell also like some other popular brands like Burger Tuning, MST, and all that type of stuff. So definitely go check them out, guys. This is actually really cool. This charge pipe is actually made by them, and obviously, like I was saying, guys, this one is aluminum. And even just looking at it now, I can see it comes with a replacement gasket, which is already inside, so that's really nice. When I did the charge pipe on my N55, I had to move the gasket from the original one to the new one, so this is nice. It actually already comes with the gasket, so that's a huge plus. So this is one piece right over here, then we have another one over here, and then we have like this silicone coupling which is going to connect it to. But anyways, guys, before I unwrap this one, let me show you guys the old charge pipe so we can kind of get like a better comparison between the old one and this new one here. So let's do that. All right, so to see the original charge pipe, what we need to do is remove this plastic here. So this is super easy, guys. There is a grommet over here which you just lift up on, just like that, and then there will be one similar to it right in this corner here. I like to pull from this spot over here because I feel like if I do it over here it might snap, but yeah, just lift off and it should pop out just like that. Now this piece here, if you guys can see, you just slide it away and this whole thing should come off. So now with that plastic piece out of the way, we can actually see the charge pipe. So as you guys can tell, it is super easy to get to. Unlike my N55, the charge pipe is right over here. If you guys can see, it connects to the throttle body right over here, and then down there, if you guys can tell, that's where it connects to the turbo. Now I just did my 435 yesterday actually, and that one was a huge headache to do. This one I suspect is going to be a lot easier. I'm guessing this is probably going to take me like half an hour to an hour tops, whereas the N55, it took me about like a couple hours, maybe like 2 or 3. So yeah, if you guys have the B46/B48, honestly count your blessings, because it is so much easier to work on the charge pipe on these cars as opposed to like some of the other BMWs out there. So now with that out of the way, let me show you guys the new charge pipe. So again, this one is made by Kies, and honestly guys, it looks really cool. It's obviously powder coated in this gloss black, which I think is going to look really good in the engine bay. It's kind of nice that it's in black because obviously that will go with pretty much any engine bay. But yeah, this should be a huge upgrade from the current one. Like I was saying before, this thing's all aluminum. It looks really good, guys. So now obviously this over here is where we're going to connect the silicone coupling from this side over to that side here. This is where it's going to go into the throttle body, and as you guys can see, it has all the spots for the sensors and stuff like that. These extra things here, don't quote me on this, guys, but I believe if you do like there's like some type of upgrade that utilizes these ports here, but for our purpose we're not going to need them, so we're just going to make sure these are extra tight and we don't get any boost leaks through there. Also, as you guys can see here, for the T-map sensor, it does give you some new hardware, because obviously the original screw is meant to go into plastic, whereas this one is meant to go into aluminum. So with all that out of the way, we're finally going to get to installing the new charge pipe. You don't need too many tools to do this, so you need a T30, a T25, and a long flathead screwdriver to basically take off that C-clamp that connects the charge pipe to the turbo. Otherwise, that should be pretty much it, but I'll let you guys know if I need anything else or if there's anything else that helps me out while doing this. I will leave some links down in the description below for this charge pipe, as well as some tools that you guys might need. Alright, so I'm going to start taking off the old charge pipe. Now obviously I already took off that plastic piece over here. I'm going to take off the engine cover as well, just so it gives me some more space to reach those 3 T30 screws that connects the charge charge pipe to the throttle body. So now if you guys don't know how to lift up this engine cover, it's very similar to the plastic that was over here. It was just a whole bunch of grommets that connect it, so you can basically just lift off and you should be able to take it off. It's missing one in the corner, and that's pretty much it. So let's just take this and move it out of the way. So now with that out of the way, you guys can better see those screws that I was telling you about. So there's one over here, and then one down here as well. So we're gonna be taking those off. We're also gonna be disconnecting these sensors over here. We have 2 of them. But yeah, anyways guys, let's start by disconnecting these clips. So there's a gray piece over here which kind of locks it in. You just want to pull that out. So after you guys undo this gray piece over here, there's another tab kind of like holding it in, if you guys can see right over there. So I'm gonna take a pick tool and lift that up and then try to unplug this clip. Alright guys, so as you saw, I got that off. I also disconnected it from the charge pipe over here, which I believe the new charge pipe isn't going to actually reuse again. But anyways, the next thing we're going to do is remove the sensor over here. So similar to the last one, I believe we just need to pull this back and then lift up the tab over here, and we should be able to disconnect it like that. Alright guys, so now with those out of the way, we can actually start disconnecting the charge pipe itself. What I'm actually going to do first is the C-clamp down there. So now I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of hard to see because the engine bay is so dirty. But you guys see that little metal piece right in the center of the screen? I'll drop an arrow so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. But that's the clamp that we're gonna have to undo. That's probably gonna be the most difficult part about this whole entire job, so I kind of want to do it now just to get it out of the way. So now this is where having a long flathead screwdriver I think is gonna help, or something like that. So what I'm gonna try to do is get my hand underneath there, get to the clamp, and then kind of pry upwards and undo it. That's literally the only thing holding the charge pipe onto the turbo. Alright guys, so that was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. Let me show you guys like how I went about it. I'm pretty sure I have it off. I didn't try to actually remove the charge pipe yet. But again, I took a long flathead screwdriver and I kind of went around like this. I kind of found that going like this was the easiest way to reach it. Now, I don't know if you guys can actually see on camera, but I was able to pry it up. So now with that disconnected, I'm gonna go ahead and start unscrewing these screws over here. Again, they are T30, so we have one here, one there, and then one underneath over there, which is gonna be hard to see on camera. Alright guys, so as you saw from that last clip, I was able to remove the charge pipe. It was as easy as that. We do still have a gasket over here, which I'm just going to adjust because it came out a little bit. So just make sure you guys do the same if the same happens to you. There's a gasket that goes down there, but that one, like I showed you earlier in the video, it already came with the new charge pipe. So I'll show you guys all that in detail. So yeah, we're pretty much good here. What I'm actually going to do, guys, is close the engine bay because if you can tell, it's starting to snow again. So I'm going to go hide inside the garage and see if we can get the new charge pipe set up. So just the way we just kind of protect the engine bay in the meantime. Alright guys, so here is the new charge pipe. Of course, I already started putting it together just for some thumbnails and stuff, but I'll show you guys exactly how to put it together like that. And now here is the old one. So with this one, we are going to have to start transferring some of these things over. Should be pretty easy. Now, like I was saying before, the gasket that goes on this side stays on the car. I just had to adjust mine. But the one on this side here, you guys can see that like green gasket right over there. We don't have to worry about that, about like transferring over or anything like that, because the Kies one does come with a new gasket, which is definitely going to make our lives easier. It's just one less step to do. Also, in terms of the C-clamp over here, you guys can tell that's the old one, and then the Kies charge pipe does come with a brand new one. So yeah, definitely nice to know though that you do get a replacement one, because when I was doing it on the N55, it actually didn't come with replacement C-clamps. I had to use the original ones, so I had to be careful with them. So since I'm already inside hiding from the snow, I kind of figured I'd take this opportunity to show you guys the original charge pipe on my N55. Obviously this one is also plastic, but if you guys can tell over here, this is like an example of where these things tend to go bad. So again, because it's plastic, they are more prone to cracking. So like around where the vacuum hoses, as you can tell, like mine, they tend to burst and break. The sensor over here is fine, but that's another area where they tend to burst and break. Obviously my B48, I haven't had it too long, gonna give it a chance to break yet, but it's a good thing we're already upgrading to this aluminum one. So yeah, with that said, we're gonna transfer a couple things from this original charge pipe to the new one. We don't have to worry about the C-clamp or the gasket in here, but we do have to transfer these sensors like I was talking about before. So this one over here, we just basically just twist it off with our hands. It's not too bad, guys, and then we'll put it on the new one. This one over here, it's just one T25 screw. Like I said in the beginning of the video, we're not going to reuse that screw. We're going to use the one that comes with the Kies Motorsports charge pipe. So yeah, let me just take these off really quickly, and then we'll put them on the new one. Alright guys, so as you saw from that last clip, I was able to transfer over the sensors. So this one you can just do with your hand, just unscrew it from the old charge pipe and hand screw it to this one. Doesn't have to be super tight, these things are plastic, so obviously you don't want them to break, just make it nice and snug. Now for this one here, again, the original screw was a T25. This new screw on the Kies charge pipe is a 5mm Allen, so definitely add that to the list of tools that you're going to need. But again, just unscrew it from the old one, screw it onto the new one, just make sure it's hand tight. So while I was at it, I just went ahead and made sure that these extra ports, so this one over here and then this one over here, were both tight so I don't have any boost leaks. They're just a 10mm socket. So before I forget, I obviously already went ahead and put the charge pipe together. But if you guys don't know how to do this, what you basically want to do is take the two pieces, take the coupling. So the coupling is actually going to have a wider end and a more narrow end, as well as the clamps. There's going to be a larger clamp and a smaller clamp. One is only going to be slightly larger, I will say, both still pretty big. But you want to make sure that the wider end is on this part that goes to the throttle body. The more narrow end is the part that goes to the turbo. Just slide it on and make sure that there is enough silicone on both sides, and then basically put the clamps on. Tighten them, but not all the way, because we still want the charge pipe to be a little more flexible, because obviously we can try our best to get it to be the same shape as the original one, which I did. I tried to make it as close in shape as possible, but I'm still not going to get it perfect. So this way, once we connect this end of the charge pipe, we'll have some flexibility to move this one around and basically get it to the right shape and size. But yeah, otherwise guys, I think we're pretty much good to start installing the new charge pipe. So let's just jump back outside and we'll do that. All right, so now that we're back outside in the freezing cold, of course, we're going to start off with this end first. And if you guys can see, I basically moved the C clamp so it's kind of off, because before it was snapped in all the way. Because this way, once I put the charge pipe in, I can easily just move this thing to the side and it'll quickly snap in. This way just makes it a lot easier. I can put this thing in and then just quickly move it with my finger and it'll snap right in. After we do this side, we'll go back to the throttle body and connect it from this end over here. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. I did get it in. I will say guys, once you're doing this and you think that the charge pipe is all the way in, just double check it. Like I thought I had it in and I snapped in the C clamp and then I tested it by just kind of grabbing the charge pipe like that and it came right off. So it's very easy to get misled in thinking that you have it in. Once you feel good about it, just double check it, because obviously guys, if it's not properly in and you start driving it, you can just blow the whole thing off, which could be bad. Again, as you can see, mine is in, so I'm good. So now what I'm gonna do is start putting in some of these screws. As you guys can see, I do still have some wiggle room with the clamps over here. I did tighten them a good amount, but not all the way. So again, I have some wiggle room. I can line this up properly. I'll put those 3 screws in and then I'll put these sensors back in, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, so you probably noticed from that last clip, what I ended up using was just a ratchet with a Torx 30-bit. I just found this to be a lot easier. Also, I ended up removing the sensor because it was kind of getting in my way, but it wasn't a big deal. This thing you can literally just take it on and off with your hands. So that's what I did, got it out of the way, tightened up those screws. So now all 3 screws are tight. I will say the most annoying part is getting the screw underneath, but otherwise guys, everything is on. I did snap on the sensors and the clips again. Obviously just don't forget to lock it over here. So the last thing I have to do now is just tighten up these clamps. You can do it in multiple ways. You can use like a flathead. I believe it's an 8mm socket as well, which I'm probably gonna end up doing. All right, that was super easy. Like I said guys, it was an 8mm to tighten up these clamps over here, but that's pretty much it. Super easy install. We officially have an upgraded aluminum charge pipe, which honestly looks way better than the old one as well. Like I'm really liking this gloss black look right now. Obviously the rest of the engine bay looks absolutely filthy, but that is because I recently bought this car, guys. If you're new to this channel, I bought it like maybe 3 weeks ago. I've obviously only owned it once it's been snowing and like super cold outside. Once the spring comes around, we will give the engine bay a nice wash and clean, but for now we just have to live with this dirt. But hey, at least we have a nice shiny charge pipe. All right guys, that pretty much wraps up the install, which is super clutch because it is absolutely freezing outside. But what I think I'm gonna do now is take the car for a drive, just make sure everything's okay, make sure I don't have any boost leaks, any check engine lights, anything like that. And I actually want to see if the charge pipe really makes a difference in terms of performance. Obviously the main reason why you do this charge pipe is more of like preventative stuff, you know, and make sure you don't have like your plastic charge pipe burst on you while you're driving. But because it is thicker in diameter, we should probably have some better throttle response. Again, I don't expect anything too crazy. Overall, I'm just happy that I can push more boost out of this car and not have to worry about the charge pipe, which, by the way, guys, I will be going stage 1 soon on this car, I promise. And now that we have a charge pipe, I won't feel guilty about it. But anyways, we're gonna go for a quick drive, see how it feels, make sure everything's okay. I just want to say another huge shout out to Kies Motorsports for sending me out this charge pipe, guys. It is super easy to install and honestly such a great crucial mod for these cars, especially if you're planning on pushing more power out of them. I was kind of an idiot and I held off on the 435 for a long time, but this car, I kind of want to do it right. This was my first performance mod, and honestly I think it should be yours as well. So if you guys do want this, links down in the description below. But with that said, let's fire up the car, make sure everything's good. We'll go for a drive. I'll take you guys along with me and we'll see how it feels. So I'm gonna put the car into sport mode, put the transmission into sport. But yeah, I hear the one thing people say that you'll be able to tell a difference with a charge pipe is the throttle response. So I'm very curious if that will actually be true, because I'll be honest with you guys, the throttle response on these cars are not the best. So I'm hoping this does actually improve it. And just right off the bat, I actually do feel like there's a difference. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Like, I didn't expect any difference, but yeah, no, it does feel a little more punchy. Now, I will say this is not like major difference. Like, you know, don't go getting this mod because you think it's gonna make your car a performance car. Again, like I've said before, this is more of like a preventative mod, you know, just to kind of make sure that you don't have that plastic charge pipe burst on you. But yeah, it definitely makes a difference. I am honestly pleasantly surprised. But like I said, don't go buying this mod just because of that. Buy it because you want to push more power, because you don't want that plastic charge pipe bursting on you. And that overall is just super easy. All right, so there you have it, guys. That was a full install video. Just a quick drive also to give you my impressions. Overall, pleasantly surprised, honestly. I did hold off on putting back the plastic pieces because I kind of wanted to wait and see if I had any issues with the charge pipe. I can easily access it again, so there's no point in putting the plastic pieces back. But now that everything's good, no check engine lights or anything like that, I will put those plastic pieces back on. It's super easy, guys. Just put it back the reverse way that you took it off. Super simple, just snap it into those grommets. If you guys want any of this stuff, I will leave some links down in the description below, including the tools that you need to do this. But with that said, a lot more mods coming for this car as well as the other cars. We will be going stage 1 soon, especially now that we're prepared for it. So yeah, guys, stay tuned and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.